Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 12 over-unders to bet. Last week we were on fire. Let's get to it. Black Friday. We got the Miami Dolphins at the New York Jets. Over, under 41. I'm going under here. And it's not anything to do with Miami. You know, when we talk about Miami, we say bet over. I get it, but Tim Boyle will be playing quarterback for the Jets, and I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to manufacture. Also, I'm not sure the Dolphins offense wants to risk everything. I think the Dolphins will get like a 20-point lead, and then they'll take the foot off the gas pedal. I see like a 27-13 game. I'm going under. We just don't know how much the Jets offense can manufacture. We know the Dolphins defense does have its vulnerabilities, but yes, Tim Boyle is playing quarterback. Next game, we got the Tampa Bay Bucks at the Indianapolis Colts. Over, under 43. I'm going over. And listen, I think the Bucks defense will be able to stop the run. I got the Bucks to win and cover this game. But with Colts games, they always seem to be close. I see like a 24-20 game, just barely going over. And when you look at the Colts, we know they need to run it, and we know it's hard to run it against the Bucs. But I still think there will be some opportunities to throw it against the Bucs secondary that's been disappointing, to say the least. On the other side, Baker Mayfield's been getting better, man. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's above average, but he seems to get better every single week this year with the Bucs. I'm going over the 43. Colts defense has some serious vulnerabilities as well. Next game, we got the New England Patriots at the New York Giants. Over, under 34.5. We're getting preseason numbers. I'm going under. And it's because I don't think changing out Mac Jones fixes the big systematic issues that plague this Patriots offense. I'm just not sure Bailey Zapp or the rookie comes in and makes things better. We also need to tip our fedora to the Giants defense. No matter how bad their offense is, how many times they let the quarterback get sacked, this Giants defense keeps fighting and scratching. We got to give them credit. I think it's a defensive football game. I see like a 17-13 score. I'm going under. I really like it. If it was a little bit higher, it'd be a money pick. Next game, NFC West. We got the Los Angeles Rams at the Arizona Cardinals. Over, under 44.5. Money. Over. When you say zona, I say over. You add Kyler Murray to this mix, and that's what we did last week. We bet the over in the Texans zona game, and it came good. Listen, say what you will about Zona. They have been well coached, but we know this team is absolutely horrendous in the secondary. What can the Rams do best? Throw it. Rams got 2 or 3 very good targets. I think Stafford will have a big game. I think Zona needs to send blitzes to get pressure, and we know what that means. Cooper Kupp over the top, big plays. But on the other side of the ball, we got a Rams defense that is starting to wilt. You know, the first 4 or 5 games of the year, they were good. Bend but don't break. But lately, they've been breaking an awful lot, and I think Kyler Murray will have a good day. Like, I see like a 27-24 score here. I'm betting the over. Make it a damn money pick. Next game, we got the Jacksonville Jags at the Houston Texans. Stroud. Over, under 48.5. Under. I'm sure most of the bets will be on the over, and I get it. Lawrence against Stroud. 2 defenses that are about average in the league. 2 quarterbacks that are playing great football. But I'm going under. I think this is going to be a playoff atmosphere. I think we're going to see the Texans run it more than normal. Looks like Pierce will be back in the fold. And that's how you have to attack this Jags defense. I think we see more Texans running the ball than throwing it. On the other side, you do wonder about this Jags supporting cast. You do wonder about this Jags defensive line. Jerry Hughes and Will Anderson, they seem to be getting more pressure week in and week out. I'm not sure this Jags offensive line is up to the job. I think Lawrence is under pressure. I think he'll still make big plays, but I'm going under, and kind of like the same reason why we had Chiefs-Eagles under on that Monday night game. Playoff atmosphere, playoff tempo, and physicality. That leads to unders. Next game, we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Over, under 43. Money, money, money. Money, borderline, listen, borderline money pick on the over 43. I know. You don't want to bet on the Raiders offense. You don't want to bet on Aiden O'Connell or anything along those lines. And this Chiefs offense isn't necessarily sparkling itself. But I think this is going to be an extremely close game. Like I see like a 27-21 game, 27-20 game. And I think the Raiders are going to be able to keep it close. I think the Raiders will come with a lot of creative things on offense. And yes, this Chiefs defense has been damn good. They've been damn impressive. But I still think the Raiders have enough dogs on offense to make a few big plays. And I do think Mahomes will bounce back this game. I do think this Chiefs offense will be at their normal level. I know they have problems. I know they have issues. But I do think they have some matchup advantages against the Raiders. When have the Raiders ever covered Travis Kelce? I'm going over the 43, borderline money pick. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Tennessee Titans. Over, under 36.5. Over, no science. No science. I just don't think either of these defenses is playing with full heart and full passion. I'm going over. I don't want to bet this game, and honestly, I don't even want to think about this game. Next game, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Over, under 35. I'm going under. And, you take Matt Canada out of this Pittsburgh Steelers offense, and then you kind of give the fans their red meat. New play caller, but you still have the same old drab. You still have Kenny Pickett, and you still have an offense that just can't be vertical. I'm going under. I think the Bengals defense has themselves a day, but also, what is Jake Browning going to do against the Steelers defense that seems to be picking up tempo? It feels like the Steelers defense is getting better every damn week. I'm going under the 35. Make it a money pick. Actually, make it a money pick. I know it's a bit low to bet, but I really think this game goes under. I don't see either team getting out of the teens. Next game, we got the Cleveland Browns at the Denver Broncos. Over, under 35.5. Money, money, money. Money under. Make it a damn money pick. Listen, I get it. A lot of people are saying, oh, Russell Wilson's playing better and because he's not as bad as last year. Like, listen, this is like last year, except he cut out the turnovers. Credit to Sean Payton. Credit for him to getting this team at least competitive. But I don't think they're going to do much on offense, man. And I think this is the Browns' defense's day. I think this is the day where they just kind of show the league, like, we're so much better than everyone, fuck you. I feel like it's going to be one of those type of performances. On the other side of the ball, you got a Broncos defense that's playing better. They got the Deadwood out of there. They got Randy Gregory and locker room killers out of there. Now they're playing good. Now they're playing competitive. I think we'll see a lot of the Browns running the ball. I think the Browns go over 150 on the ground. But we know with DTR, we know Joe Flacco coming in the building, we know what that all means. The Browns can't throw the ball lick, and they're going to be needing to run it a lot. I see an old school, late 70s type game in the Mile High Air. I'm going under the 35.5. Make it a damn money pick. I absolutely love this one. Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Over, under 42.5. Over. There isn't a lot of science. Like, neither offense is all that good. Neither coach is all that good. but they always seem to play close games, and I see this being like a 24-21, Saints winning it with a last-minute field goal. You do wonder, though, is either of this offense going to take a step forward? Because we've been waiting for Carr, we've been waiting for Jameis, we've been waiting for Pete Carmichael to do something on the Saints side, and then we've been waiting for Arthur Smith to get Heineke in there. We get Heineke in there, and he's absolutely terrible. So you just do wonder which offense will show up. Will they even be decent? I don't know, man. I'm going over. I think this will be a close game. Both defenses have been pretty good this year, but they both have their vulnerabilities. Next game, we got the Buffalo Bills at the Philadelphia Eagles. Over, under, 48.5, under. Listen, this is the same methodology we used last week. I do think this is going to be a playoff atmosphere. For the Buffalo Bills, their season's on the line, man. It really is. I'm not trying to be melodramatic. I'm not trying to write a TV show, but this literally is the Bills' season on the line, back up against the wall against the damn good Eagles team. But like I said last week, I think this Eagles defense made enough improvements in the secondary to buy themselves some time, and we're seeing their defense play a hell of a lot better. You add Bayard to that secondary, it looks almost like 360 degrees of difference. And I just wonder, do the Bills have enough pieces? Do they have enough dogs? Can anyone else win one-on-one battles besides Stephon Diggs? I'm not sure. And I'm not sure the Bills are going to be able to run it. And if you can't run it against the Eagles, we know what happens. They pin their ears back, they get the Y9, 4 defensive ends on, and then they sack you and pulverize you to death. And I think that's what happens with the Bills. And on the other side, this Bills defense, we got to give them some credit. They've had a ton of injuries, but they played pretty good ball every single week. Nothing phenomenal, nothing amazing. But I do think this Bills defense has more pride than the offense. I think the Bills defense fights. I think the Eagles defense fights. I absolutely love the under 48.5. I think the Bills keep this close, but I can't see them winning it. I think they lose it by 6 or 7. Next game, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Los Angeles Chargers. Over, under, 47.5. Money, money, money. Borderline money pick. Sunday Night Football. I'm going over. And I gotta tell you guys something. I don't think there is a worse coach defense in this league than the Chargers. If someone can find it, if someone can show me some film, I'm open to changing my opinion. But I've never seen a defense coached as poorly as Brandon Staley has coached this Chargers defense. And we know what the Ravens do. If you make mistakes, if you're vulnerable, they're going to put the foot on your neck and they're going to absolutely ground stomp you until you're not breathing. I think the Ravens put up 30 here. I'm not seeing anything that's going to get in their fucking way. Like, if Lamar Jackson's ankle injury is worse than expected, then maybe. But if Lamar Jackson's out there, I just think the Ravens run up and down the field. And have the Chargers proven they can stop the run yet? Like, we know they can't stop the pass, but for heaven's sakes, they can't even stop the run. I think Ravens get 150 on the ground, 250 in the air. Herbert will battle, man. This Ravens defense is really good, but Herbert will battle. He'll be able to put up points. Lamar will have a dance partner. That's why this is going to push thirds over. I absolutely love this. Not a borderline money pick. I'm going to be betting this. Next game, Monday Night Football. We got the Chicago Bears, at the Minnesota Vikings. Over, under, 43.5. I'm going under. This is a tough one. I'm going to do a separate video where I pick this game because I did forget it on Tuesday. I have too much to say for this video, but I'm going under. Listen, I know when Fields gets back, that equals 3 or 4 gigantic plays a game for the Bears. We know we won't get a lot of pass accuracy, but you do know you get a big play here and there. But I am worried about this Vikings offense. And I know you get the Bears defense in front of you. That's a great recipe. Although ever since they got Montez Sweat, they do seem to be humming at a little bit of a better level. I'm just worried about this Vikings offense because we saw Josh Dobbs and O'Connell hitting an absolute wall. And the Vikings are turning it over too much, man. And when you fumble going into the 20 to kill a game, that's just unexcusable. And we did see Dobbs. We saw the good side. We saw the ugly side. I think we see more of the ugly side this game. I'm going under the 43.5. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. If you want the Thanksgiving over-unders, I did that video on Monday. Let's get this money. Thank you for all the support. Slam the like button. Happy Thanksgiving.